According to a research done in 2008 by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 8% of persons aged 12 years or older admitted to using any illicit drug, and only 6.1% admitted to using only marijuana. Obviously, this is an ongoing problem for the United States, and many of these people that are on these drugs are applying for welfare systems, and that's why states should require welfare recipients to pass a substance abuse evaluation before being accepted into that program. It is a heated debate right now that many people are saying that it violates the Fourth Amendment, which is protects them from illegal search and seizure. So first I'm just going to give you some background information about the different acts that have been passed in recent decades. First is the 1996 Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act. This transformed the traditional entitlement of the cash assistance to those individuals, and it refined goals and the daily expectations of the money that they're bringing in. And then this one transitioned into the aid for families with dependent children, and that did the same thing. It gave them an amount of money for the children that they had, and it based on their income if they had any. And there was also this one that kind of led into the temporary assistance for needy families. This one requires work after 2 years of being on the program, and some states, depending on their decisions, could say that it was earlier than the 2 years. And they're also ineligible after 60 months for any time that they've been on the program. So after that, they did the Federal Welfare Reform Act of 1996, and this one allowed the states to test for illegal drug use or abuse before being accepted into the welfare programs. And it also prevented any convicted people for selling or distributing of the drugs. It denied them of the assistance that they were requesting. And not too long after it was put into action, Michigan was the first state to actually implement the testing, but it was quickly shot down because they did say it was a violation of that Fourth Amendment. And, a few states did follow suit after they did. A few of them: Florida, Illinois, Louisiana, Maryland, New Jersey, and those are currently under revision. The first case that did come up in Michigan and required them to stop was the Marchwinski versus Howard case. This was when Marchwinski sued the director of the Michigan Family Independent Assistance Program for requiring him to pass that substance abuse evaluation. And he had to pass the initial one, and it would be random ongoing tests to make sure that they were not using. Michigan courts first favored Marchwinski, and because they said there wasn't enough evidence to identify a special need that they were actually using. And it was appealed to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the sixth ruling in the violation of the Fourth Amendment. And that is a common argument for not only drug testing for welfare, but it also is for the workplace. That's why when you're in the workplace, they do have certain regulations, and you can deny that test, but you could have repercussions that won't allow you to have that job. And that's why they should have the same testings for workplaces in the welfare program. According to the Drug-Free Workplace Act of 1988, there are regulations for that, and the same implications should be applied to the welfare recipients. And it should just be really regulated by state or local governments. And that is why the testing for drugs or alcohol abuse should be required for the recipients of welfare to prevent them from abusing the system and to make sure that it's fair coverage for all.